of Boys and Men by Richard Reeves. Overall, the author wanted to be able to, in this book, describe many of the issues that boys are having that are not being discussed. The author comes up with 3 solutions for the issues that men are having, which are boys in extra year in pre-K, recruitment of more male teachers, and investment in vocational programs. The overall theme of the book, men and women biology have pros and cons. The biology of men, though, is getting beaten up. Not only is the biology getting beaten up, but men are far behind women in many metrics, including education. The author goes into lists of studies that describe the educational programs that do wonders for helping females, but boys as a whole are not much better from these programs. The author cites a city where, through a scholarship, all the kids are able to go to college for free. For that money, and for the money that was spent in that program, there was an overall net positive for the women, but for the men, there was a net negative because many of the men, or most of the men, still did not graduate or increase their graduation rates. Educational programs will not be the key to solve many of these men's issues from the author. The author also wants a lot of money thrown at programs, and that's where his solutions come from. He wants money thrown at marketing and programs to get men more into healed careers, so healthcare and education, and money in programs just for vocational programs as a whole for men, but he wants it to be done a lot through a marketing scheme, through television ads, online ads, things of that nature. My conclusion is more reading programs, or my conclusion for myself of what I believe can be able to help us is more reading programs and tutors for kids. Even with caring parents, I am personally around a lot of caring parents who are reading to their kids and doing all they can to be able to get their kids to be as great at reading as possible. But it still takes a few years of these caring parents, caring teachers, to get many people, especially boys, to be able to read decently when it comes to school. For math, so you can only imagine the kids who don't have parents that are able to pour as much as into them as some of these caring parents that I know, parents that work a lot more, things of that nature. It makes it much more tough to be able to understand how to read, and reading is the main way to be able to get good in school. Even a majority of math classes, a majority of the tests, they'll have reading paragraphs, and then you have to formulate the actual math out of the paragraph, which makes it completely hard, even if you're good at math, to be able to get the best grades in those classes. So for me, math is not fully necessary to be taught. Kids can play around with math and do math games, and they can get 80% of the basics of what you need for math just by doing that. I also recommend that kids be tutored a lot more, especially the kids that are not performing too well in reading at an early age, because the sooner they're able to read, whether it's ages 3, 4, and 5, the sooner they're able to learn on their own, and they're able to get better at other courses when it starts coming to reading history or even bigger subjects. These things can be taken care of before lunchtime. I know a majority of kids after lunchtime, they've lost half of their brain energy and they're somewhere else. So I recommend doing these classes, tutorings, etc., before lunchtime, and then after lunchtime, going more into vocational programs for the kids that care a lot more about learning certain skills and trades. And for the kids that love academics, they can be able to continue to study and do more research and whatnot during those times. But overall, this book was a good book. It points out an issue. It doesn't make it to where it's, full blame on parents, full blame on the kids themselves, but there's a more emphasis and focus on things that these boys, based on their biology, may be more prone to want to do rather than just sitting down in a classroom and studying from a teacher. Have a great day.